Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Prop Wiz. I'm your host, The Wiz. Today we'll be doing my annual collection tour of my collection, and the word annual is probably doing some work because I skipped last year. It's been 2 years since I've done one of these, and it just feels like that was a mistake to skip last year. Really, all it was, I had some posters that wasn't on the wall. I had some figures that was on the way, and it just ended up not happening because there's always figures on the way, and there's always stuff I got to put up on the wall. There's always this level of trying to perfect this thing. You know what? It's just like we treat ourselves, right? It's a confidence thing. I love the collection. That's the reason why I'm doing it on video. But at the same time, you're insecure. It's like it's not perfect. It's not the way I want it to be. It's not the way I want it to be seen. I hesitated, and that hesitation led to it not even happening last year. So I found myself doing the same thing this year. In fact, as of now, I still got figures on the way. I got a few figures in boxes that I haven't opened up, and I got some of the same posters that need to go up on the wall. But this year, I was like, nah, son, let's just knock this out. If we get everything more perfect, because it's never going to be perfect, but if we get it more to where I want it to be, then we'll just do another video, a couple of months down the road. But I thought it was important to hop on here for the new year and let's knock this thing out, man. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, man. First up, dude, we're going to go through all of this. We'll go through most of all of it. It's a lot of stuff in here, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to everything, but we'll go over mostly everything, man. Starting with this stuff here in the DTOF. This whole DTOF basically is all Batman. I got Flash in there, but let's be real, the Flash movie was a Michael Keaton Batman movie. But this whole thing is dedicated to that. I try to keep all the DTOFs. You'll see some of them go off. I try to keep them separated to some level, just depending on how many figures within that collection I have. But Batman, there's always plenty of Batmans in the collection. There's probably more Batmans than anything in the collection. So we had enough to fill a DTOF and even leak into the second DTOF. This is also an example where I'm expecting some new figures. It's kind of crazy, but it's also proof that I guess it doesn't matter because this is the '89 Batman. This is the first one that Hot Toys released way back in the day. I do got the 2.0. The 2.0 didn't make it in the DTOF. It's actually displayed somewhere else in the house. So again, this is proof that I didn't need the 2.0. Still proud of this one as I have it on main display. Along those same lines, we got the Batman Returns on pre-order right now too. In fact, they keep pushing it back. I was hoping to have that one already, but we do have a Batman Returns 2.0 coming in as well. But again, this was dope. I got a third-party Penguin in there. I'm thinking about copping the Jazz Ink. I haven't pushed the trigger on that one yet, but I think I do need the Jazz Ink Penguin. So I might end up getting that one. But for the meantime, this one actually looks great. It looks great within that, you know what I'm saying? So glad to have it. It was third party, wasn't that expensive. And then of course on the final row, I got the Dark Knight series. I got Batman and I got Joker. And again, these are two figures. That is the 2.0 Batman, but I do got the 1.0 upstairs displayed with the Batmobile from that movie. And of course, we got the original Joker that Hot Toys released way back in the day. There's in-art ones, probably way better ones that's dropped since then, but I still love this figure because it's mine. Here again, we got a continuation. Batman did leak over to this one because we got so many of them. Sounds like a bragging point, right? Like, yo, I had to move the Batman over because I got so many. I got more Batmans than you. It's not that serious, not that many. But I did have enough to leak into this. So, we tried to make it a little bit more creative. So we got Batman here with the Trinity, Wonder Woman, Superman. All three of these figures are the earlier version. These are all 1.0s. In fact, that Superman is from the Man of Steel versus the Batman v Superman. And Wonder Woman and Batman is from the Batman v Superman. I love these figures, man. I can see where Wonder Woman's hair probably needs to be done. I'm not the biggest fan of rooted hair because of the figures that I have that have rooted hair. I've got a Black Widow over there and her. I'm horrible at keeping the hair up. Even when I try to mess with it and style it, I end up making it look worse and unrealistic. I guess it's cool. I do love the figure, the armor. Wonder Woman was actually, if I'm not mistaken, a few years ago, was my favorite figure in my collection. And she's still kind of up there, yo. She definitely slipped from the #1 spot, but she's still up there. Mostly is that because of the armor, it's just a cool looking figure. Which brings me to one of my favorite figures, one of my first figures, I should say, along with Batman, Christopher Reeve Superman, and Captain America from the Captain America First Avengers movie were actually my first Hot Toys figures. This one was the one that really started it. I think Captain America might have been the first one I bought, but this was the one that was like, man, y'all are making figures from my childhood at that level. I've got to have it. And this was my gateway into the collection. And Batman, of course, was a no-brainer because it was in the same boat, really. Got this figure. Now, this one possibly might be going somewhere else in the collection here at some point, as we do know that InArt is dropping a dope Superman figure, and I feel like Hot Toys might take another swing at it, but we're eyeballing the InArt one that I believe comes with Christopher Reeve, Superman, and the Clark Kent. So if we get that, this space might be utilized for that, and I might put him in the glass upstairs. Again, I got plenty of room that just opened up recently too that I probably might show you guys. That part of the room definitely is not finished at all, but I might just throw the camera on there so you can see what we're working with. But Chris Reeve, Superman, dope. The Batman, if you watch my show, y'all probably know that the Batman is probably one of my favorite superhero movies. It's funny because I just watched The Dark Knight with the Joker the other day. The Dark Knight is a superiorly better movie. It's just a good, when you watch that movie, it's like, this is like Heat, but with Batman in it. You know what I'm saying? So phenomenal movie. But when I just take it in terms of movies that I just enjoy watching, I like the art of it, how it looks. I love the music. I love the acting, the stylization of the movie. The Batman is where the Batman lands on my list because of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just watched it more. I've watched that movie more than any Batman movie except for the 89. 89 I probably put some work in the 89. But dude, love this, and I love the display, love the motorcycle. But the last little shelf, we got Batman and Robin. Not my favorite movie. That's when it started to fall off for me. Batman Forever. And of course, Batman and Robin movies. Dude, I got on that trend, and I wish I had started earlier. When these came out, I still went to the movies to watch it. It was still an event, you know what I'm saying? So, I still love Batman. So I went there to see the movies. The costumes were dope. I would prefer Val Kilmer's Panther suit, but the art, I've got posters. I actually got a poster. In fact, that's how I got them posed, based off a poster that I had from back in the day. So it made the collection. I wish I had got Adam West and Burt Ward, Batman and Robin. In other words, when I got these, I started to realize, like, man, I need all the movie versions of the Batman, no matter what, just to have them on there, just to have that stamp on what the Batman film did for the comic book world in general. So, man, if y'all get the 66 Batman and Robin Hot Toys, give us some more, please, or Jazz Inc. give it, because Jazz Inc. is rocking it with the vehicles, man. Let me get a Batman and Robin. I need a Batman and Robin. I can't buy you Catwoman. This is a message to Jazz Inc. I can't buy your Catwoman unless I got Batman and Robin. Just don't feel right. But anyway, so in the third DTOF, man, we've got all Star Wars here. Again, some of my favorite sets, man. I've got the Bespin Luke Skywalker, which is a crazy story all on its own, because I bought this 2 set at the time, was probably the most money I had spent on a figure. So I thought it was $900 for what I thought was one figure, which was the Luke Skywalker. It did come with the base and all that. And then when it showed up, it was actually 2 figures, a battle damaged Luke and a regular one. And so ended up being worth it. $900 still a bit much, but you gotta understand, this was one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Not one of my. Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie. So I had to have it, man. So this is one of my favorite things. And of course, I got the Vader from Empire Strikes Back and got Yoda in there. Then on this shelf, it looked like I tried to go with a Luke Skywalker theme. Actually, I got one Luke, old man Luke over there, but he used to be down here. All of these basically have Luke Skywalker in it. Got Luke from Return of the Jedi. Got Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi taking his mask off, the Anakin Skywalker. And then I've got Luke that almost looked like the Return of the Jedi, but that's actually the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker with the black robe versus the brown one. C-3PO and R2 is down there. In fact, my C-3PO is actually signed by Anthony Daniels. Dude, dope encounter. Beautiful signature. He signed it in gold. Like, dude, extremely awesome. Oh, and I didn't even comment on the stuff that I got up here. I just got random like vinyl statues and stuff up here. I do got the Superman boxes from the Superman figure. So again, I think if not my first figure, it had to have been the second. I really can't remember now because I bought all 3 of those around the same time. But still got the box of that bad boy. And yeah, a couple of little Funko Pops, man, representing what it is and pure signs that spiders do make it down here. The spider webs, man. Spiders got busy up there. As long as they stay up there, I guess we good. Okay, I got this area is dedicated obviously to Back to the Future. Though I am missing a vehicle, the flying DeLorean is upstairs in the Prop Wiz studio. By the way, that probably means nothing to y'all, Prop Wiz studio. Right now, we're in my basement, the man cave. I guess would be the appropriate name for this. So this is the main collection room, but on my third floor of my house, I do have where I film the introductions to my Prop Wiz video when I'm doing the box openings and whatnot. The DeLorean, flying DeLorean is upstairs in that studio. But I got some pretty dope collection down here. The only problem is that this is in the elements, but I justify it because it took place in the West. It was dusty, so maybe it's okay for these figures in this vehicle to get a little bit dusty, whereas in the original gotta be prestige, so couldn't afford a case at the time for this thing, so we did a fish tank. And every time I'm like, okay, now I can afford a case, I need to replace the fish tank. I can't do it, dude. I think I love this thing. I think it fits this vehicle. So fish tank it is, man, for the DeLorean one. But these are awesome. If I'm not mistaken, the last time I did one of these reviews, when I did the tour, I didn't have these two figures. So it's beautiful to add these to it, man. They look awesome. All the figures do. I'm missing the Back to the Future 2 figures, so hopefully that happens. And of course, I've got the poster, and I even got the letter that Doc Brown ripped up. It's all taped together, so this is cool. I gotta find a place to actually hang it. It's just sitting here on the floor. And I got a bunch of Funko Pops, Back to the Future Funko Pops down here as well. Okay, here we are back at Star Wars. This is the Luke. I told you guys I do got the old man Luke in there. Kept him with the Force Awakens, the Star Wars trilogy. Is it a trilogy? Star Wars sequels. Sequels is the word I'm looking for. This is basically Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and well, the third movie. None of the figures from the third film made it in here at all. So just those two films. Dude, the Kylo Ren was one of my favorite figures. I really haven't put too much thought to him. I posed him and he's dope, but man, I think that's a pretty dope figure, man. Finn is there, man. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'm keeping him because he's a brother, man. I feel bad getting rid of him. He's in there, but the figure isn't. They could do better. You know what I'm saying? If they release a new one, I'm gonna cop that one. But he's in there representing good enough. Whereas in the Luke Skywalker, man, phenomenal head sculpt. It's got the little wires in his robe, dude. This is a dope figure, even though he upset me when he threw my lightsaber or his lightsaber over his shoulder. I didn't like that. But I do like the design of the character, and of course Mark Hamill dude, he's just a brilliant, phenomenal character for our culture, dude. He's just done a lot for our culture. If you think about Luke Skywalker, Joker, and Guyver, just all the little side things that he's done as well, man. Super, super dope. This one is a special one for me too. My wife bought me the Han Solo in Carbonite 1/6 scale collectible piece. So got that, and she actually got me the Boba Fett. Now this is Boba Fett. This is their, what is it, Legends? I forgot what the series is called, but it's not accurate to the movie. It's not coming from the movie. I think it either comes from one of the books or something like that. So I do got him displayed with the lightsabers, like he done battled a bunch of Jedis. He got the robe and stuff. You can see underneath, I can see the regular Boba Fett in there, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, I wanted to get him to where I could sit him next to this. He'll look more movie accurate, but we know what it is when you see it. So he still made it in there, and I love that figure. And again, this whole shelf my wife bought for me. You're gonna see a lot of that, man. She done got me some dope figures. The third shelf on here is, of course, from the Obi-Wan series, man. We got Reva, we got Obi-Wan, and we got the shattered helmet of Darth Vader on Anakin Skywalker. Absolutely love this. This is dope. There's definitely some parts, man. Princess Leia, the little girl Princess Leia, there was a chase scene. In fact, I think there was 2 chase scenes in there I did not like. I have seen the slimmer cut, and the slimmer cut was better, but ultimately I enjoyed this show. I thought the show was dope. I think it added to the lore versus taking away from the lore, and we did get a super dope battle scene between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. That was super dope, man. Which brings us to another Disney show, Ahsoka. I've got 2 figures. I am missing Hera. It's still available now. You know what I'm saying? I got some sideshow points. I feel like I should cop it, but I don't know what the hesitation is. You know what I'm saying? I think it's space too. Me running out of space has been making me hesitate about some things that I wish I hadn't. Anyways, man, I got Ahsoka and I got Sabine. Dude, Sabine is one of the dopest figures this year. She didn't make my top 5 list, but she would have been, if it was a top 10, she would have easily been in the top 10 for sure. Super dope figure, so glad to have that. Over here, we've got the prequel series. This is mostly focused on the prequel. This is one of the shelves. I got a couple of shelves, probably got like 3 shelves in here that are getting overcrowded. This one is there. It's only 4 figures. You know, technically I'm looking at others. I got a Spider-Man over there that I've got 5 in there, way more comfortable. So I don't know if it's the robes, lightsabers, all the stuff that's going on, but this is a busy shelf. So at some point this might be separated once I get room. In fact, this whole shelf might go somewhere else. Some of the movie stuff in this shelf might go somewhere else. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, prequel, Anakin Skywalker. These are earlier versions. This ain't the Anakin Skywalker that everybody's going crazy over, that was spending $1,300 on. But I still love it. I got Samuel L. back there. That's an important one. Mace Windu. And this particular Darth Maul, they do have a better, Hot Toys dropped the newer Darth Maul that I think was technically better. This is a sideshow one. But I did get this one signed by Ray Park. So this was a keeper. Ray Park in person was dope, dude. He actually, someone had bought a lightsaber, man, and wanted him to sign it. And he actually got up and swung it around, dude. Was real friendly in person, and again got the dope signature on the figure. Next up, we got the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, in my opinion, breathed life into Star Wars again, man. Like the prequel series, or I'm sorry, the trilogy. I keep calling it prequel. The trilogy series was extremely divisive. You know what? The prequel series might have been a little bit too. Like I feel like people remember it fondly now, but I remember at the time, dude, just people not feeling it. Friends, family that I took, at least the average moviegoer didn't feel like they loved it as much, man. It didn't really start popping for me until my son was old enough to watch it. When my son was born, that felt like it was his generation. He grew up with that. Clone Wars was on TV and all of that. But anyways, the next time that I felt like life was really breathed into the series was this guy right here. So I went ham on buying these. I think I did miss the one that he removes his helmet. It's a die-cast version of the figure. That's one that I wish I had got, I didn't get, but I'm comfortable with the ones that I got, dude. Absolutely loving it. It comes with the Grogu, the Baby Yoda, super dope. And what's crazy, I want to say I got this one first. I can't remember which one I got first, but I love the Beskar armor, but I love the original with the brown armor too. So had to have both of them. And then on the final shelf is all nostalgia, man. We've got Wicket and we've got Han Solo. I just recently got Han Solo, but this Wicket, and you can see in the back, I've got a postcard from the wifey. This is when I was still in high school, where I went to the military. She was still in high school, where she sent that card to me, and I still got that card today. It is from the 80s. It's an old postcard that she got off the shelf in Japan somewhere. But I do got the Wicket. She bought the Wicket for me. So she got me the card with Wicket on it, and she bought me the Ewok figure, man. And I just recently got the Han Solo, which fits nicely in there. Which brings us to our last shelf. And this is a mismatch. So this isn't as consistent as the other ones, but we do got Deadpool. We got 2 different Deadpool. We got 3 different Deadpools, but from 2 different movies. So we got Deadpool 2, and we got the Deadpool and Wolverine figures here up front. Then we also got Wolverine. These are some of my favorite figures. I believe, yep, Wolverine did make my list, my top 5 list. In fact, Deadpool, I think, made my top 5 list. So these are top figures in my opinion. They're displayed here now. These guys, again, might end up moving because for some reason they feel out of place over here with all the Star Wars and DC stuff. But on the 3rd shelf, we got another monster of a film, John Wick. John Wick stays in rotation in this house. Phenomenal movie, dude. I was just blown away by the first one. I actually saw the first one at home thinking it was nothing, and it ended up being everything. So definitely had to have a figure of that when it came out. And this is the first version that they released. I know they got a newer version with hair. They got a newer version that looks a little, I think might look a little better, that I might end up catching. And then on the final shelf, I got Neo from the Matrix. Again, Matrix, mind-blowing movie. Restarted everything, dude. You got the martial arts, you got the focus on visual effects and the sci-fi element of it. That it was just cool, man. Just again, did a lot of lifting for our culture, this pop culture thing, geek culture, I guess I should say. But Neo is down there, and again, these two might move so I can spread out some of these Star Wars now that I got a little bit more space upstairs. And the last thing on this wall is all this stuff that we got up top, man. We got some steampunk guns up there. Got a little Funko Pop Zorro. I basically gotta keep the Funko Pops be sprinkled. It feels like I don't collect Funko Pops, but you'll see a lot of them sprinkled in the house. Got this Rocketeer helmet. This one I actually did. It was a kit from a place called Monster in Motion. I buy a lot of stuff. I get a lot of third-party figures from them as well, but they were selling this kit that was all in pieces. You had to put it together and do the painting and everything. But I also got one that I bought, a custom one, upstairs as well. Then I got the Black Series Darth Vader helmet. And then, of course, I've already talked about those. We got Kylo Ren's helmet, some Superman figures, a lot of vinyl figures and stuff up there. Here on the bottom is all comic books, mostly graphic novels and stuff. You'll have some figures, some stuff sprinkled in there. Walking Dead comic books, some of the, this is actually a DVD set and stuff, man. So basically just some stuff, just utilizing the shelves. And these shelves were specifically to lift these off the floor. I hated how low the DTOS was. So I just got one of these or a couple of these, put them on the side to lift the DTOS up. Now this shelf right here, again, is one of those cube stands, man. I got a bunch of those. I've been eliminating some of them, but dude, I went crazy because it was mad cheap back in the day. They've kind of gone up in price too. And they're harder to find. Some of the black ones are a little bit harder to find around here. But up here, up top, I kept this Star Wars. So of course, X-Wing fighter helmet. This is from Black Series. Of course, I've got some lightsabers. I've got, and they kind of mixed up. I got a 3D printed Qui-Gon lightsaber because I wanted it to be skinny. The one they were selling was like, it didn't even look halfway accurate. But I do got the Empire Strikes Back Luke lightsaber. I've got the New Hope Luke Skywalker lightsaber, and then I've got this bad boy, the Return of the Jedi. Dude, the Mandalorian did this. That episode when Luke Skywalker showed up at the end of Mandalorian, that episode went off and I immediately went looking for a Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi lightsaber. Like I had to have one. Like I had missed it when it dropped. You know what, in the original, when I was collecting these, this particular one wasn't that accurate. Like this whole thing wasn't as skinny there as it should have been. So they ended up releasing the ones earlier where this whole top part comes off and you can put another emitter on there. So end up getting, oh, they had the whole top come off and you can change the emitter. So dude, had to have this one. Glad to have it in the collection. And then of course I got Grogu here. This is the newest one that Hot Toys released. I've got the Sideshow one upstairs for years. The Sideshow had been my favorite one, but the Sideshow one is more statuesque. I think the hands might move up and down. You can move the head side to side, but it doesn't move as much. This guy can actually sit down. It just has a wider range of motion. So was glad to have that in the collection. And then down here, I just got a bunch of the just regular size, what I call regular size action figures, 7-inch, 8-inch figures. In fact, I probably got a couple of 4-inch figures in there as well, but mostly McFarlane stuff. Yeah, most of this top shelf is McFarlane stuff. We got some Marvel Legends, Spider-Man stuff down there. I got a whole shelf that's got a bunch of Super 7 figures, super dope Super 7 figures. We got He-Man, Thundercats and stuff down there. And then we got some NECA sprinkled in there with Beetlejuice and Pee Wee Herman and stuff like that, man. So real dope collection. Oh, we got RoboCop down there too. I think that's NECA as well. So basically the cube shelves, and this is all over the house too, even the ones I got upstairs. Usually the cube shelf is where I put these smaller figures on there, the ones that's easy to dust off. They're made completely out of plastic. And I do have some glass on some of these, but the glass was a nice little price tag for this little acrylic system, and it doesn't always work. In fact, I got one laying on the floor where it fell off. I think I've already filmed the B-roll footage. So when you see the B-roll footage, the glass is on there, but right now the glass done fell off. It's been real difficult playing with that. So I haven't been able to do that though with all of them, but I might end up just doing my own acrylic system because I do like the way it looks. But anyways, that's this. And then I got this Proton Pack. This is the HasLab Proton Pack, the Spangler Proton Pack that Hasbro or the HasLab end up releasing. So this is the one, I've got 3 packs in here. This is the one that I didn't make. The other 2 I did make, but love this one. This is the one that I end up most times wearing to comic book conventions because it is a little bit lighter than the ones that I make. So, but love that, super dope. Yo, over here in this corner, we got my Rocketeer jetpack. Dude, this is actually 3D printed, man. It came from this cat named VP. Or at least that's the name of the files, man. This guy was giving them away for free. He's got a way of controlling the files. And basically the vent you have to get from him. It's not in the file. So you can print this whole thing except for one part. Very difficult part to get. Actually with the vent and some of this up here too, some of the heatsink portion of it. Anyways, believe it or not, this is not finished. It's finished enough for display, but I actually got pieces of this printed to do another one from scratch, man. But I thought it looked good enough, man, to keep here on display, at least on the floor. So this is super dope. Okay, and we do have Darth Vader. Dude, I've had this for years. I'm not sure if I had this the last time I did the review. He's on a mannequin. Definitely needs an upgrade. I do got some 3D print files of another mannequin, basically a 3D printed mannequin that I can actually pose, put the hand up, do some things with. This is obviously like a store mannequin used to design. It doesn't look horrible though, you know what I'm saying? But I think we could do a little bit better. But this is one of my favorites. It's a costume, you know what I'm saying? So this is one of them things where I got it on display, but if I wanted to, really wanted to, I could wear this out somewhere, but I don't want to. It's hot as hell in Georgia. And then over here, I got this Batgirl, basically just the armor piece and the cape. I made the armor, the belt I bought from Amazon.com, basically just a costume belt of the Batman Begins belt. But this armor was made of EVA foam, and then my mom's Duke made the cape for me, you know what I'm saying? So this is super dope. My daughter actually wore, not this one, but a version of this. So I did make one that was more appropriate for a younger girl. I think she was 9, man. She might have been 8 years old, 8 or 9 when she rocked this outfit. So, but dope. I thought it was dope enough to put on display for now until I make something cooler. I did have a Terminator, a life-size Terminator that I made that I was gonna put here, and it ended up falling and breaking before it ever even made it in the house. So it is what it is. Okay, man, we got another area where we got my favorite thing, the cube shelves, where we got mostly NECA figures, more NECA figures than not. Now we got McFarlane in there. We got some Weta toys in there, Super 7. We got some things sprinkled in there. But here on top, man, some of my favorite figures are these Ninja Turtles, these 1/4 scale Ninja Turtle figures, man, by NECA. Super dope. And then of course we got them in the 7-inch category as well. In fact, I got most of the figures, man, including Shredder, regular Shredder, Super Shredder, Casey Jones, April O'Neil, Splinter, the whole thing, man. But these 1/4 scale joints, man, even looking at them now, dude, these are some of my favorite figures, man. They look so much like they do in the movies. And even though the 1/6 scale versions, you know, you got the clothes, you got so much more to that art, but I think these are my favorite things in my collection. Definitely one of the favorite things in my collection. Up here as well, we've got this Bruce Lee statue. Dude, I got this statue for, what was it, $250? Dude, it was a $600 statue at the time. Might have even been a little bit more than that, but it was a $600 and something statue that I was able to get for $250. I don't know if they had it on sale or what. I can't remember what the situation was, but jumped at it, man. So it kind of stands out on the collection because there's nothing Bruce Lee like in here. I actually got 7-inch Bruce Lee figures upstairs, but nothing Bruce Lee down here. But this guy, but it's a statue, extremely heavy. This was the only shelf in here that I felt comfortable putting them on. So this is where he's at. Along those same lines, we got this Superman statue as well, heavy piece that's up here. So it's a mismatch going on up here. But again, I got more room opening up in the house, man. So I might break this up a little bit. But anyways, down here we got NECA. This is all my horror figures, all mismatch. I was about to say it was newer horror, but this mismatch, man. Got it in there, Vincent Price. Then we got some monster stuff in here. But no, we got The Crow, we got God of War, Edward Scissorhands mixed in there as well. These little statue things are some of my favorite, man. This is made by, I believe it's called Weta, W-E-T-A. Yeah, that makes these little figures. I got some Ghostbusters ones on the other side of the room as well. Dude, love those, think those look cool. Got Super 7 Conan in there, got some Pan Labyrinth, some NECA figures. Man, we got Gargoyles down there, classic cartoon, Avatar: The Last Airbender, probably one of the most epic cartoons in the last decade or so. I do got the Suicide Squad figures. Dude, I love that movie, the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie, but I'm not gonna lie to you, in terms of figures If I had to get rid of some off of this shelf, that would probably be the ones to go. That one and the old DC world on the other side. We'll get to that. But dude, that DC universe, man, I just want to put it somewhere else just to make it room for more stuff. And then we got the Princess Bride classic, man. Come on, you know, RIP to Rob Reiner, who just obviously just passed away, but left us some good classics, man, left us some good memories. And then we got this Wonder Woman. If you've seen the earlier shows, this is one of my earlier works that I made. This is all EVA foam. Do got some fake leather, some pleather. The sword I think I just bought is just a foam sword that I bought off of Amazon. Whip is the same thing. 3D printed the gauntlets. I'm probably gonna go back and 3D print this for a costume for a photo shoot. This was actually made for a photo shoot that never happened. I don't know if it was on the part of the model or just not being able to get that time, but probably gonna reprint that for that shoot and keep this one on this mannequin. Yeah, dude, I'll be putting that work in, man, for the costume work, man. It's the photography thing. And then finally on the floor, got all these things, man. This might have been here the last time. This has been here for years. Stuff that I need to open up. Rambo, I got First Blood, 2 First Bloods. One's from 3-0, one's from the Rambo store. And then I got John Rambo from, oh, I'm sorry, this is First Blood. This is First Blood 2. Both of these are 3-0. And then I got First Blood 1, Stallone shop. So yeah, all kinds of stuff here and there. Again, if you see it on the windowsill, it probably wasn't the most important figure to me, but liked it. If I bought it, I liked it, but it is what it is. And then I got my CD case or my DVD Blu-ray case. I still collect physical media. Not everything fits on here. There's some stuff sprinkled around the room, but all my primary stuff is on here. And this was cool. This was handmade in Japan. And then I've got the Justice League Batmobile up top. Okay, here we are. This is basically the front of my room. This is where my TV and everything is. The couch is right behind you guys. So I've got DTOFs on either side of this case and TV. We got, look like mostly Marvel. Well, I got a bunch of Spawn figures up here. So mostly McFarlane. I was about to say mostly, obviously it's McFarlane. It's all Spawn. The DTOF itself is mostly Marvel. In fact, we only got 2 properties in here. We got Guardians of the Galaxy here and here, and then we got Spider-Man on the bottom. We got the 1/6 scale Star-Lord, and we got Rocket. I think this is up from volume 2. And I've got one of my favorite figures in the collection, the life-size 1/1 scale Groot, also from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Third shelf is all Spider-Man, all the film versions of Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. And then the bottom shelf, I got Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, 2 of them, 2 different versions. Actually, it's the same figure, just got it dressed the same. I had bought one, and dude, I want to say a year and a half, maybe 2 years later, my wifey bought me one. But one of them I did get signed by Shamik Moore, which is dope. So I do got a signature on one of them. The lightsabers all over the walls, man. One of my favorite posters. This is actually Batman. This is actually a poster that I got in 1989 that I've had this poster for years. I got another one with him and Vicky Vale, Kim Basinger, like her leaning on him or something. And I got a Joker one and Batman. I want to say those 2 might have gotten destroyed. Something's wrong with them. I still got them, but they rolled up somewhere. But this one survived the test of time. One of my favorite posters. Of course, this bad boy right here is the centerpiece of the whole collection. This is what made everything come together. Like, once I had this set here, this right here was made by my wife, man. It's signed by all the kids. So the case itself is special. And of course, it perfectly displays the Batmobile. Even though the Jazz Inc., this is the Hot Toys Batmobile, the Jazz Inc. one is better than this one. But the Jazz Inc. is also bigger. I wanted to put the Jazz Inc. one in here after I got it, but it will not fit in here, obviously. But to be honest with you, I like the way this looks. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. And we got the Jazz Inc. somewhere else. Of course, we got the posters. Believe it or not, I got these posters for free. This is one of the ones when you buy the Blu-ray and it had a little paper in there saying, yo, you send this in, we'll send you free posters. It was for Star Wars and Superman. Dude, I got every single Superman poster and every single Star Wars poster, at least from the time. I don't think it included the newer sequels, the last 3 movies, but it gave me the original 6. Dude, this is the first time I had sent something in and got something. Like, I wasn't expecting. In fact, and I thought it was gonna be little posters. Dude, it's actually 30 by 40 size posters, man. Full scale movie posters. So that's dope. Okay, on the other side of the Batmobile and the TV, we have this DTOF. It's crazy. It's hard to say where he stands now. but it used to be both of these detops contained my favorite figures in the collection. In fact, I'll say Doctor Strange is still up there, dude. It's a fly outfit, yo. This is a dope outfit. Like I really want to rock that for a Comic-Con. In fact, might be probably not this year, but next year I think is going to be my Comic-Con outfit. Second shelf, we got Daredevil from the Daredevil TV show. Again, super dope. I actually got Charlie Cox's signature on this one. I was able to get his signature, so that was dope meeting him in person. We got RoboCop on the third shelf. That's the die-cast RoboCop. Of course, they're releasing a new one, but this one was super duper dope. But the new one does have more of the shading on it. It's RoboCop 2 coming out. We got that on pre-order. Can't wait to get that in hand. And then the final shelf, we got Peter Venkman Ghostbusters. Dude, I pre-ordered the Blitzway. Knew this is Blitzway as well, but they re-released some of the figures, updated the head sculpts and everything. I did get that. I think it was $1,300. It wasn't no little bit of money for those. Still paying on those now, but hopefully pay them off, and hopefully they'll be here within the next few months. Probably being too hopeful, but Peter is looking dope. What we got over here, this little special edition, Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels. Of course, Kenny Baker has passed away. This was some kind of rare thing. I don't know. I think somebody gave me this. Don't quite remember where I got that from. Justice League up there, like regardless of what you think about these movies, dude, the visuals, Zack Snyder visuals were super dope. We got E.T. down there, got some Ghostbuster Funko Pops, some 1/8 scale Batmobiles. Okay, this side of the room is dope. Again, we're back at the cube things. In fact, this is the original cube. This has been here the whole time I've been here. But I do got the Hulkbuster, got this bad boy, the Green Arrow. This is 3D printed. In fact, most of this is resin print, bases is plastic. I got Transor Z here, who really doesn't fit. I actually just sat that there and probably forgot it was there. So I probably need to find another place for it, but it's dope, dude. It's Transor Z. We got Jabba the Hutt here. My wifey bought this for me. This highlighted the collection as well. If it wasn't for the Batmobile, this would probably be the centerpiece of this collection. Of course, I got the posters up here to go with it. Again, remember I got all these posters. No, I didn't get this one for free, but I got all the movie posters from Superman and Star Wars for free. Here I got a little Batman area. We got these 1/4 scale NECA Batman Returns from Catwoman and Penguin from Batman Returns, and then the 89 Batman. And then I got these little figures. Who made this? These are the Minico from Iron Studios, dude. I actually love these, man. They got this cartoonish, the big head, small bodies, not like Funko Pops, way more detail, a lot more character. Kind of cheap. They're like $40, you know, not cheap, but you know, I think it's worth it. I like them. Of course, the bottom, again, has all the 7-inch figures, all the NECA figures, a few 4-inch figures. Most of this is NECA, to be honest with you. I got a few Weta statues down there. Oh, no. I do got McFarlane. Bunch of McFarlane figures as well, some Funko Pops, and mostly movies. In fact, this whole thing used to be movies. I've been kind of putting the movies in storage to give more room for figures. Yeah, I like this, man. Got some cool stuff. Oh, we got Back to the Future down there. Got the boys, some Harry Potter stuff, man. Flash Gordon. Yeah, got some pretty cool stuff in here. Okay, we do got down here the Proton Pack that I've made. Love this, pride and joy. Got some Ghost Traps. This is actually, I think, Spirit Halloween. That was modified, and of course, this bad boy does come on, does work. Proud of this one. This is a cool one. This little area is a Star Wars area. I got my Millennium Falcon. This is one of the first things, not even one of the first things. This is the first thing that really started me on painting and modifying my stuff. So didn't 3D print it, didn't create it from scratch. I bought it, but it was this plain old plastic thing. It had stickers on it. Took all the stickers off, painted everything. Got some 3D printed siding, because this was all stickers as well. Added lights to it, man. Weathered it. This is the start of everything. This was like, dude, I think I can do this thing. I do got the Lego helmets. My son does Lego, so anything that's Lego in this house is something he put together and or belongs to him. Bunch of figures I haven't opened for some reason, but they will be open. I will be opening these. And the same thing, we got all the open figures on the bottom two shelves, or the bottom shelves look like it's mostly Funko Pops. Got a couple of lightsabers, and all of this are the Black Series Star Wars. So a lot of Black Series Star Wars figures. And up top, of course, we've got lightsabers all throughout this bad boy. Some of the lightsabers work, some of them do not. Ghostbuster posters, I got stamps. I don't know what, I think back in the day when you used to buy stamps, you were able to buy, oh, yep, you would buy the stamps and it actually came with this print of the stamps. And dude, like a nerd, I framed it. Why not? Couple of movie posters up. top, got the album cover. Marvel had did a bunch of covers that were based off of albums, all hip hop stuff. So they took a bunch of hip hop covers and made comic book covers of that. So I got both the actual CD and booklet as well as the comic book that copied it. Okay, got a couple of detox over here in this corner. Well, we'll start out with this stuff up top. We got this, I think it was called Man of Action. Superman, the wifey bought me. Super duper dope, covered in webs, man. Spider beat. Dude, the spiders is winning this war up here. And then I got this Batman from the Arkham series when he was fighting Mr. Freeze. Super dope. This is 3D printed. I 3D printed this. Just went to, I believe, Joann's and cut out some fabric. I didn't even put that much time in the cape, man. Just cut out the fabric and taped it to the back. Looks super dope to me. Within the detox itself, we've got, we'll start on this side. Well, no, we'll start on this side. We got Black Panther in there. We got all three Black Panthers as he was in Civil War. Black Panther and, of course, Shuri, Black Panther and Black Panther 2. We got Thanos holding the gauntlet. Dope figure. We got Batman and Joker, the Mark Hamill Joker. Got Batman actually signed by Kevin Conroy. And at the last one down there, we got Moon Knight. Again, one of the dopest figures. I can't believe him. I got him that low. I probably need some rises for this, man. I can't rise it because I got Superman and Batman up there, but we'll figure it out. Here we got all the Captain Americas, or most of the Captain Americas. Not even all the Captain Americas. I'm definitely missing some, but I do got the Endgame Captain America, the first Avengers Captain America, and the first Avenger movie Captain America. Second shelf, dude, this is one of them shelves I told y'all when I got it. It's getting kind of compact, man. We had to do a little Avenger thing. They used to have their own little shelf. Now they don't. But we do got the Incredible Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, and Black Widow. Again, all of these are 1.0s, you know what I'm saying? Because I know some of these figures they've made more. Like I know Iron Man, they done went straight die cast. This is plastic. Here we do got Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and the bottom shelf we got Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, dude. These some of my favorite figures. Over here we got a little Marvel theme, at least here up top by the fact that we got Captain America's shield here, but got some cool stuff up here. We got the Tesseract, or is that what it was? What was this thing called? This ain't the Tesseract. This was, what was the orb? I forgot what this thing was called. From Guardians of the Galaxy. We do got one of the Infinity Stones in there. So this is cool. And this is not a toy that I bought. This is actually the Blu-ray set. So that's kind of cool. We got Tony Stark's heart. We got Iron Man's helmet. That actually belongs to my son. It was something I bought him when he was young, and somehow it made it into Ghost Rider's cool. Thanos, man, that's another one the wifey bought me, 1/10 scale Thanos. I got this Magneto helmet that my son caught me. Now, the Tesseract is definitely in this case, as well as the movie. So some of this stuff up here are from the special collector edition sets of the Blu-rays. Captain America, and of course we got Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet. This is 3D printed. It is rough. If you look at it, you can tell it's 3D printed. This is one of my earlier prints, but still kept it up and proud of it. And again, we got Captain America's shield. That is actually the metal shield. And the Superman movie, continuation of the Superman posters. Again, all these posters, these Superman posters were free. And down below, as with these cube cases, as I use them, you got a lot of the smaller scale figures. You got the Justice League. A lot of this is DC. You got some Marvel down there, Walking Dead, and the rest is just Blu-rays and movies. Okay, in this little corner on the top, we got this Batman Beyond. This is 3D printed. I love this bad boy. I love the base a lot. Love how it was print. Shout out to the person that came up with the files, but I do like the way I painted it. The Batman, I went with this like blue with black highlights because I didn't want it to be all black. I do kind of wish I had painted them black. So one day I might reprint that and paint it, go more with the black look, but doesn't look that bad. And then of course we got the Christian Bale Batman cowl. Okay, and the last detox in here are these two. This is Present Toys Jones figure. I'm guessing because of the rights they couldn't put Indiana Jones. But third party joint, man, looks decent enough. You know what I'm saying? Saw the new one coming out. Yo, the new Hot Toys one. I probably won't even be able to display this one at all once that one come in. I'm looking at it. Yeah, it might knock this one out of the water. I might have to put this one up. Second shelf, dude, we got some Jim Carrey joints, man. I got Ace Ventura and The Mask. Had to have them, some of my favorite movies. Third shelf, we got the Crow 1/6 scale. That's the Sideshow figure signed by James O'Barr, dude. He signed this for me for free. I ended up buying some prints. In fact, I got prints somewhere around here. Ended up buying some prints, but he actually did that for free, man. And so that's cool and special. They got the new one coming out, man. I think it's Caustic Toys. I'm definitely gonna have to cop that as well, man, and see if I either get it signed or that one's gonna go on this base, dude. Because come on, I got it signed. And then we got the Power Rangers on the last shelf. Here we go, the final shelf. We got Hellboy from Hellboy 2, the Golden Army. This was something I bought for China. It was like $80, I think. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was gonna show up looking like crap. It looked pretty good, man. It's kind of smaller when I compare it to the other 1/6 scale action figures. He is kind of small, but overall, the look of it, the design, the head sculpt looks great. And I got this one signed by Ron Perlman, which again, these signatures, man, for me, the signatures just take these things to another level, make it that much more special. I do have his gun printed out, 3D printed in the back. Second shelf, we got Freddy Krueger, man, the iconic Freddy Krueger. But Freddy Krueger's, you got to remind yourself that Freddy Krueger is a horrible, horrible person, though. Don't idolize him too much. But in terms of the pop culture, the horror, had to have this figure in the collection. Got the Freddy gloves. This one is actually signed by Robert Englund as well. In fact, I got these two signed at the same day. He put on there, "This is God." Freddie K. Robert Englund, dude. Put a little quote, wrote it in gold. Dude, very, very awesome. I mean, I did a video about all the signatures I got. Dude, if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. Then we got this Batman from the Arkham trilogy as well. This is one of the variant suits. What are they calling it? Dude, it's actually saying what it is, edition on there. I can't read it for some reason. Oh, it's saying the Prestige edition. But he does got the gold highlights. I would have rather have had the normal one, but the normal one was already sold out. So I got what was left. This is one of them things where it's like, this is what's left, I'm copping it. Not my favorite figure, but it's not the worst figure either. Yo, it's pretty dope. And then bottom shelf, we got Walter White, dude. That is the most villainous villain ever, yo. I know it was a grounded show somewhat, but dude, he was like cartoon villain level in my opinion. And again, we got the Superman posters in here as well. So pretty dope. Okay, this is what the family called the reading room because this is where we keep all our books. That simple. And anyways, for me, it was another place to sprinkle some collectibles here and there. So it's not a whole lot in here, but of course we got some things sprinkled in, like this 3D printed the Phantom that I 3D printed a minute ago, man. One of my favorite pieces, even though he leans forward, it happens. Dude, got this little 112 Rambo. This is the other life-size 1/1 scale Baby Yoda Grogu that I have. This is the sideshow one. Dude, I love this, but now that I look at it up close, I think the Hot Toys might have did a little better job. But I do like this, man. It's kind of dope. Got a 3D printed Batmobile. Yo, Black Adam. Man, we got Han Solo's blaster. Black Panther helmet. That was 3D printed by me. And then we got this custom Rocketeer helmet that I got, man. So quite a few things. And then when you look at the actual books, you got some geeky stuff in there, man. Like we got some Star Wars encyclopedias down here. The artwork of Ghostbusters, the art of the Batman. You know what I mean? So we got some art books, stack of comic books. Got some old school novels back then when you talking about spoilers, yo. Like I'm looking at here. I got Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3, The Hulk. These are all the movie adaptations that I definitely read before the movie came out. So yeah, the spoilers didn't bother me back then. Oh, and also the reading room is the home of this Star Trek Enterprise. This is from the Next Generation. How big this disc is. This is the whole ship right here. This is something that I started 3D printing, dude, years ago. And I got overwhelmed. In fact, this is probably the last thing that I 3D printed in whole. And I can't even say in whole because it's not finished. I didn't start the painting. All the pieces were printed out. It was put together for the most part, except the dishes and connected to the ship. But dude, this is a piece, man. I got a couple of my friends that I told them, man, if y'all can make it through here, you can have it, man. Cause I got to get rid of it, man. I printed it too big. This is way too big to fit anywhere in the house. And it's not my favorite Enterprise. It's up there. It's up there, but it ain't to the point where I want this huge thing taking up space in the house, man. But we're going to finish it one day. We got to finish it one day. Okay, this is my living room area believe it or not. I know the camera probably isn't far enough to see everything, but we got two of these on each side of the TV. So this is the main room that the family watches TV. We have this Lego set of the Millennium Falcon. This is that $800. Was it $800? Yep, $799. It was an $800 Lego set that I bought for my son way back in the day. That was how much I trusted him with this thing, man. And he did a phenomenal job. Of course, we got it on display. He also has the Batwing and the Batmobile on the other side. Both Batmobiles, or two of the Batmobiles. He got the Tumbler and the 1989 Batmobile made out of Lego over there as well. We got some of my 3D prints. We do got Indiana Jones isn't. That's a Hot Toys figure from the Dial of Destiny. But I got this Venom versus Spider-Man that's 3D printed. Spawn that's 3D printed. And I got Catwoman kind of hidden in the back because I didn't do a phenomenal job on her head sculpt. So I kind of got her back. It wasn't terrible. Wasn't enough to throw it away, but it wasn't great. So she's up there, but she's kind of in the back. But these two things, the Spider-Man versus Venom and the Spawn dude, I'm proud of. And then we got this little 3D set of me and my wife that we got done actually professionally. And then we just got a couple of the big head figures, man. I forgot what the name of these figures are, but got a couple of these, man, that are super dope. And the other side, I'll just show you during the B-roll footage as this camera is not going to fit over there. Okay, and of course, this is in the Prop Wiz studio. This is probably where you see me about 80% of the time, probably 90% of the time when I'm doing the box opening videos. This is a work in progress. Well, this side is pretty much done. I still got to put some glass, some acrylic on this side, and there's nothing on this shelf. This is kind of my junk shelf, so you can't see it. The camera can't see it when I'm on air, but this is where I put all the boxes and stuff at. But I am going to start utilizing that space for other figures and collectibles. It's a real cool space. I got it set up just for one now, but I do have a 2 microphone setup and more chairs back here. So when I do have guests, and I think I've only had guests maybe 3 times, like my kids have been on the show, and me and my daughter will be doing a box opening of the Wednesday Addams figure here the next couple of weeks. So me and her will be on here. But I do have it set up where I'm hoping to have more guests on this year, man. Some of the people out of town, some of the cats I done met in the community, I'm hoping to get them in here and have, shows where I can have guests on. Man, I got some real cool stuff back here. Again, a lot of this stuff is new, man. I usually just keep little trinkets back here, like little 3D printed stuff. But I got some cool stuff like the Hot Toys tumbler. I got the Jazz Inc. 1989 Batmobile here. Got Christian Bale in his costume there, man. I don't know if y'all can see. I got the Falcon, two of the Falcon, from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier from the TV show and the Captain America 4 movie. Got a Hellboy up there who has a spider web. I just put that Hellboy up there and there's a spider web. But dude, I got arachnophobia. That's why I keep mentioning the spiders, yo. The spiders are winning, but at least it's above ground. Told you guys I had DeLorean, the flying DeLorean up here, the 89 Batman, the 2.0. Got the Batwing up there situated, man. That was quite a purchase. In fact, I'm still paying for that bad boy now, but super duper happy and glad to have it on the wall. But dude, got some posters, man. Alex Ross joints on the wall, dude. This is a cool little room, man. And you guys can't see it. The other side of the room is a work in progress. I just bought 2 more of these that's being set up. I got a couple of figures that I just opened up there, but it hasn't been set up yet. But by the time we do another one of these, man, this room will actually look like another collector's room, like the one in the man's cave. All right, y'all, man, that is everything. I probably have a little collage, a little montage of slow motion footage of everything. So you might see some stuff in that footage that you didn't see here because it's a lot. It's overwhelming even for me, man. It's stuff everywhere. There's stuff behind the camera that you guys can't see that's on the shelves and stuff back there. But I had fun doing this, man. I'll never skip. I can't believe I skipped last year, dude. That'll never happen again. This was too much fun. It felt educational for me because I felt like I learned some stuff or some stuff that I forgot, stuff that was sitting on the shelves that just I haven't thought about in a while, man, because of what shelf it's in or what room it was in. Believe it or not every single one of these rooms I go in every day, or not every single corner I go in every day. So it was cool just to do this roundup and checking out everything. But that's me. Let me know what you guys think. Hop in the comment section. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about my collection. Also, what you got going on for the new year, man. What figures are you excited for? If you got some suggestions for me, like any kind of shelves or display cases or LED lighting systems, whatever the case may be, man, go in the comment section, man. Hook a brother up, man. Go in the comment section, leave me some comments. Also, if you like this particular video, please take the time to hit the like button and hit the bell notification button too. That way you get notified every time I drop a new one of these. And if you haven't already, it's a new year, baby. If you haven't already, please subscribe. As always, I love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right? Peace.